Hey folks, welcome to another lecture. Today's topic discussion is going to be organization. Some of you may have this organization stuff down, and that's great. That's phenomenal. I know I was never able to my entire school, well, until the past couple years. I've been in school for a long time. And I don't know about your high schools and stuff like that, but I know we always had these like binder checks where they would tell us how to organize our binders and then check them to make sure we were staying organized, and they'd give us planners and yada yada yada. They do all this stuff and it was great. I mean, I loved setting them up, and I'd put little pictures in the binders so everything was cool and organized. And then about a week after school started, it just kind of all went to shit, and the system of organization never worked. It was just too much and I couldn't maintain it. Now, and there's probably a lot of you guys out there that are similar to me in that the sort of current system of how they teach you how to do things doesn't really work. So that leaves you to find your own system, and if you try to work their system, it's not gonna happen. Maybe through practice, if you really devoted yourself to it, you could do it. So here's a few tips on how to stay organized if you're a disorganized person. Really what it all boils down to is simplicity. Stay simple. Minimalism. I'll talk about minimalism all the time. I love minimalism. It's how I live my life, right? Just Occam's razor, your schoolwork. So, what I do, if I dump my backpack out in a very dramatic show, I just use these little, like, cheapy spiral notebooks, and I buy one for every class that I have. And I just know them by color. And then, you know, if you get extra papers, you just slip them in there, and then you just throw everything away that you're not going to use, right? The whole clippy notebook, the 3-ring binder, so that way you can hole punch things and stick it in there and look back on your notes and blah blah blah. I don't look back on my notes. I hardly ever look back on my notes. I don't know who does. If you do, hold on to them. If you just realize that you don't look back on your notes, there's no reason to hold on to old notes. In fact, in some of my classes, I don't even take notes because there's no reason to take notes. And then you just have more stuff, and more stuff make things worse. So the less stuff you have, the better. As far as a planner goes, I don't really have a planner. I just use a little notebook. This one's like a super hipster one that says recycle. I stole it from my girlfriend. Hope she has more, and then I just like write little things in it like, oh, do this, do that, blah blah blah, instead of planners and days and dates, because dates are fairly meaningless to me. I understand their use as far as, you know, communication and organizing. You know, I think as a society we'd fall apart without dates or something, but I have no need to know what's on the 13th or the 27th or what's due the 10th, because I don't know what days those are. That's pointless. So I just write down, you know, whatever, and then obviously if, like, you know, 3 or 4 days goes by and it's been unaddressed, it obviously wasn't that important in the first place. So, you know, you can fill up the pages and forget what you wrote on the first page because it's probably not that important. I think what they do when they teach you this stuff is they teach something that works for this group of people. Maybe it's the majority in some utilitarian sort of system, or it's just like, hey, here's the idea we think of, and these people think it's great, and then all these other people fall through the grid, they get lost, doesn't work for them. You just gotta find your own system. You gotta develop a system for yourself. So I'm hoping to share with you something that works for people who can't learn this stuff in school, because they don't teach it in school. In fact, my high school teachers would probably be horrified at the way that I keep my schoolwork organized, but it's worked better for me than anything else has, and I'm getting through school just fine. In fact, better than I ever have. So, you gotta find what works for you. So, if you're unorganized, if you're having a hard time in school and stuff like that, you'll find out what works, and minimalize, cut back, throw stuff away. Hope you guys all succeed. So that's it for today. Nothing too deep. Just trying to keep it light and fluffy. Pancakes. And I will be talking to you guys later. Have a great day. Okay, so I'm doing some new stuff. As you can tell, I'm kind of putting music on things. I'm going to be linking everything I say, or every vlog I make, I want to link to my blog and sort of elaborate further on it, or check on different angles, because I never feel like I'm able to fully explore any idea that I talk about. So I'm putting this to my blog. Go check it out if you like it. I want to post other stuff like short stories. And also, I could really use any feedback that you guys feel like giving, whether on content, on presentation, on the aesthetic appeal of my web blog or whatever. If I should maybe try some experimental film things while I'm doing this vlog. I'm not ever going to do that. And what you guys want me to talk about, anything in particular. You guys have been great. I know this channel's been growing pretty slowly, but it's been steady, and I really appreciate all of you guys for subscribing to this channel and for watching my videos. I would have quit a long time ago if it wasn't for you guys. So anyways, that's about it, and y'all have yourselves a good day now.